Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everybody. We begin with the weather as we take a live look outside right now with our sky cam. Such comfortable temperatures out there, especially after that hot weekend. Chelsea is back in the Weather Center, and she has a look at our forecast. Glad to have you with us again, Chelsea.
Oh, very happy to be back, Doreen. And thank you, everyone, for reaching out and sending us all well wishes over the last week or so. We are looking at a much more May-like day here in southern New England. We had temperatures, obviously, feeling very summer-like over the weekend. Now, today, 71 degrees is the exact average high for this time of year. So we're feeling much more seasonable with that breeze that's now coming in from the north. We've had some clouds in place this morning, but you can see it's starting to get much brighter in the Providence area right now. Most of the area in the upper 60s and low 70s. And again, right where we should be, but certainly significantly cooler than yesterday, especially those inland spots running 20 to 25 degrees cooler in spots like Smithfield, Taunton, and Norwood. 10 degrees cooler than yesterday at this time in Providence. Fairly similar for our coastal locations, but cool for all of us. Again, the thicker clouds are departing. We're getting a bit brighter into the afternoon hours. We end up with a blend of sun and clouds into the afternoon. High temperatures today in the mid 70s range, which again, very seasonable. Let you know if there's any more heat in that 7 day in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Chelsea, thank you. And taking a look at our schools now, masks are back at Central Falls schools. The district making them mandatory once again as COVID cases continue to rise. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Tregellis is live in Central Falls, the first school district to require masks again in the state. So Yanni, what is the response to this move in the city?
School announcing yesterday that effective immediately, all students and staff must once again mask up when they are on school grounds. And the news of these students having to wear masks again, it has some parents split on how they feel about it.
On the fence. I feel as though I do want my kids to be safe and not spread the virus more. And at the same time, though, it's getting hotter and I'm worried about them having a mask on all day long.
Parents in Central Falls divided Monday after the school district announces all students and staff must wear masks once again. While some parents tell ABC6 they want their kid to be safe, others feel there's no need to bring masks back into the classroom.
I know it's something serious, I know, but almost everybody has the vaccine. And it's just, if you get it, just stay home and just take care.
Angie Osario's son has autism and is unable to speak, so she says although she understands the severity of COVID-19, she's also worried about the impact mask mandates will make on her son's development.
Oh, it's been bad. From airplanes to bringing him to school, even taking him to the museum. He couldn't go to the museum. Yeah.
Across the state, other school districts are also looking into masking in the classroom again. In Barrington, parents receiving an email from the district superintendent Sunday night telling them that with Bristol County classified as high COVID-19 community levels according to the CDC, all students and staff are encouraged to wear masks again indoors, although not mandating it. In Central Falls, Gonzalez says she's content with the mandate, although she's unsure how long her children will be.
They're so used to it. It's been so long now that it's just like second nature to have to put a mask on for them. I'm not sure if they'll keep it on.
And the Rhode Island Department of Health releasing a statement to ABC6 saying that they do expect COVID-19 case data to start to trend downward again in the coming weeks. And back here in Central Falls, it is unsure at this time as to how long this mask mandate may stay in effect. Live in Central Falls, Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And another coronavirus news today on the vaccine front for children 6 months to under 5 years old. Pfizer saying that it is ready to submit its vaccine to the FDA for emergency use authorization. ABC's Aaron Katursky has the latest on that.
Pfizer said 3 doses of its COVID-19 vaccine are 80% effective at preventing children 6 months to 5 years old against symptomatic COVID infection. 18 million children under 5 have been ineligible for a vaccine, but shots from both Pfizer and Moderna are expected to be authorized for this age group early this summer, likely as a 3-dose vaccine for Pfizer and 2-dose vaccine for Moderna, though Moderna is studying a 3rd dose. Each shot would be 1/10 of the adult dose.
Those data are being looked at very closely right now by FDA experts. And my expectation is that as soon as that analysis is done, probably within the next few weeks. We're going to get that expert outside committee, the VRBPAC, and then after that, FDA is going to make a decision. So my hope is that it's going to be coming in the next few weeks.
School-age children in Philadelphia are wearing masks again.
I didn't realize that we were in high. I just found out reading it last night and getting the emails and whatnot from the superintendent. So I'm all for it.
The school district reimposed a mask mandate amid a rise in cases. Infections are rising all over the country. But in New York, the mayor said he would not reinstate an indoor mask mandate despite a recommendation from the city health department.
COVID pivots and shifts. So we're not going to panic. We're going to continue to be prepared. That's the key.
The mayor, however, said wearing a mask indoors is a good idea. Public health experts agreed.
I feel that very strongly, that in crowded indoor spaces, in places with high transmission, people should be doing that. And our job, certainly in the administration, is to make sure that people have access to masks, people have access to vaccines, access to therapeutics, and testing. All of that we're working on as well.
The Biden administration is planning for a wave of infections this fall and winter. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
And now news new at noon today. It is the first day of a federal lawsuit against the Rhode Island Department of Transportation. A national trucking group filed the suit over the state's truck tolls, saying that the tolls unfairly target large commercial tractor trailers. They're asking for a judge to say these tolls are unconstitutional. They want them stopped and for fees to be repaid. The state claims that these large trucks are what cause the most damage to our roads, and they should contribute more for road improvements. On Smith Hill this week, lawmakers in both the House and Senate will vote on legalizing recreational marijuana. The bill would decriminalize sale and possession of up to an ounce of pot for anyone 21 or older. It would also toss past convictions for marijuana-related crimes that would now not be crimes. Legalized recreational marijuana sales would start December 1st under the proposal and be taxed and regulated by the state. Warwick police continue to look for a missing woman. Police say Charlotte Lester, who you see here, was last seen a week ago in the Epinog area of the city. She was reported missing Thursday. Her dog was found abandoned. Lester is 44, about 5'7". Police are looking for a red Toyota Tacoma truck, too. Anyone with information is asked to contact Warwick Police. And Westport police are also asking for your help in trying to find this missing teenage girl. Police say the 16-year-old could be in New Bedford and possibly in danger. Her name is Summer Sylvia, and she's described as 5'9", 120 pounds, with blue eyes and black hair. If you know anything about her whereabouts, give Westport police a call. Providence police confirmed that a bank robbery suspect accused of targeting the TD Bank on Westminster Street Saturday is also a suspect in a bank robbery on Warwick Avenue in Warwick on Friday. Police say 59-year-old William Archer is facing charges in connection with the Providence bank robbery, but is not yet facing charges for the Warwick one. In both cases, the suspect demanded money from the teller at the two banks before taking off with an unknown amount of money. And New Bedford police are still looking for suspects after they say a group of people attacked a 7-Eleven clerk on Cove Road early Sunday morning. Investigators say the group came up to the clerk in the parking lot before assaulting him. The clerk was eventually taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police say it appears that he had minor injuries. Still to come, the president's strong words on Taiwan and the White House insisting they are not a departure from standing policy. Plus, Russia puts in new sanctions banning American politicians from the country. Find out which local leaders are on that list. And Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight at the TD Garden. What to expect and where you can watch, coming up. In political news, Rhode Island's congressional delegation now banned from Russia. Russia put new sanctions into place this weekend amid American support for Ukraine in the ongoing war in the region. Also on the list, Massachusetts Congressman Jake Auchincloss and Bill Keating and Senator Ed Markey. Morgan Freeman makes the list too. And on his first trip to Asia as Commander-in-Chief, President Biden is once again making waves for comments about Taiwan that are generating a strong response from China. ABC's Justin Finch is in Washington with what the White House is saying.
In Japan, President Biden's making news during his high-stakes Asia trip after making these remarks about Taiwan.
Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are.
That's the commitment we made.
The president suggesting U.S. armed forces could be called in to defend Taiwan from Chinese aggression.
We agree with a one China policy. We signed on to it. But the idea that it can be taken by force, just taken by force, is just not appropriate.
The president made similar comments last October that also sparked controversy. Today, President Biden insisting the repercussions of not aiding Taiwan could lead to a situation similar to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Former Central Intelligence Agency Director David Petraeus saying on CNN, Biden's words appear to harden current U.S. policy.
It's also obviously a much more forward-leaning than the strategic ambiguity that has characterized the policy for well over 4 decades.
The White House tried to clarify Biden's comments, saying the president only reiterated the U.S.'s ongoing commitment to provide Taiwan with military means to defend itself. China's foreign ministry responding, urging the U.S. to abide by its one China principle and to not underestimate China's ability to defend itself, adding that it considers Taiwan a Chinese territory and won't allow other nations to interfere in its domestic affairs. When asked if he wanted to clarify his remarks about the U.S. defending Taiwan, the president refused. Taiwan's foreign ministry now expressing gratitude to President Biden for his, quote, rock-solid commitment to Taiwan. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Well, coming up, the C's back at the Garden tonight for Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. What to expect as they look to tie it up against the Heat. And the maker of Jif is recalling several sizes of peanut butter. Why you should check your pantry. Coming up. It is game day for the Celtics in the playoffs. The C's will be back on the floor at TD Garden tonight, looking to even the Eastern Conference Finals at 2 games apiece. The C's had a tough effort in Game 3 at home, but did get to within 1 point in the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum struggled, scoring only 10 points in the 109-103 loss. Tonight's game tips off at 8:30. Catch it right here on ABC6. Our sports team will have your reaction tomorrow morning. And the Patriots are back on the field at Gillette today, the first day of OTAs, organized team activities. It's our first real look at the team this year. They are closed to the public, but Ian Steele is there. He'll have more on today's practice tonight.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
What a day out there today. We are looking at almost full sunshine now that we are getting rid of those early morning clouds. Some clouds still lingering in far eastern Mass. The temperatures, though, significantly cooler than where we were over the weekend when we had temperatures hovering around 90 degrees for our inland spots. Outside right now, we are sitting with temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. 71 here in Providence is exactly where we should be for this time of year. Our average high is 71 degrees, so that's where we're at right now. The average low is 51. We were well above that early this morning, but as we head through our coming nights, we're going to see those temperatures hovering in the upper 40s and low 50s range. Afternoon highs hovering around 70 degrees. So certainly getting back on track with some seasonable late May temperatures as we head through the upcoming days. Our sunrise was early this morning at 5:19 a.m. and our sunset at 8:06 p.m. Now, the difference in temperatures is coming after a cold front came through overnight and into early this morning. Over the weekend, we had that gusty wind coming in from the south-southwest. Today, behind that cold front, breezes coming in from the north, about 5 to 10 miles per hour, with some gusts at times around 20 miles per hour. So a bit of a breezy afternoon, but certainly with that breeze coming in from the north, we have cooler temperatures in place. And our highs today top out around 75 degrees, which is right around where we should be for this time of year. And we hover around 70 degrees for the coming days. 69 for a high tomorrow, 71 on Wednesday, 70 on Thursday. And then it looks like we'll climb a bit as we head into Memorial Day weekend. Not quite the 90s that we had this past weekend, but a little bit warmer as we head into our upcoming holiday weekend. Satellite radar image shows you the clouds from early this morning continuing to push away from us. Still a few clouds lingering for New Bedford, but these clouds will continue to push offshore. You're seeing clearing conditions, more and more sunshine in that northwest corner of Rhode Island, and the sunshine is pushing through kind of those clouds coming through with the last push of that cold front. We'll continue to see mainly sunny conditions for this afternoon with those temps warming into the low to mid 70s. There's quite a bit of rain down to our south, but that doesn't really get here. We have high pressure that's trying to work in from the north, and that's going to keep most of that steady rain south of us. Besides a few sprinkles this week, most of the work week does look relatively dry, just cooler. All that heat and humidity pushing to the south as we have that breeze coming in from the north. You can see 50s and low 60s to the north of us. Now we're sitting in the low 70s here in Providence right now. Futurecast shows you the sunshine for the afternoon, and then we get some passing clouds overnight into early tomorrow morning. A little fog, a few little sprinkles possible. From there, we get brighter into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And then as we head into Tuesday night and into Wednesday, we end up with partly to mostly sunny conditions and highs around 70 degrees. So really not a lot of rain shower activity to talk about, just some passing clouds at times. It's definitely cooler today than what we had over the weekend. About 75 for a high this afternoon with the breeze from the north. If you're getting out on the water, our high tide is about 3:12 this afternoon. Low tide was 9:30 this morning. Some gusts coming in from the north around 20 knots at times. Water temperatures slowly starting to climb. Partly cloudy overnight, temps cooler, down into the low to mid 50s, which again is where we should be. And then tomorrow we're looking at sunshine into the afternoon after we have a few morning clouds with highs around 70 degrees. 7 days shows temperatures hovering around 70 for Wednesday and Thursday. More clouds into Friday. Some showers develop as well, but those temperatures start to climb over the course of Memorial Day weekend. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thanks. Well, coming up, a massive shipment of baby formula arrives in the U.S., where it's headed. And check your pantries. We have a peanut butter recall to tell you about next. In consumer news, the first batch of imported baby formula has arrived in the United States. The first plane flown in from Germany arrived with enough formula for 500,000 8-ounce bottles now in the U.S. This formula is headed to hospitals and medical providers to distribute to parents whose babies are allergic to cow milk proteins. Apple is looking to increase production outside of China. Apple is reportedly telling its manufacturers that the company is considering moving some production out of China, citing COVID lockdowns and growing tensions between China and the U.S. India and Vietnam are said to be the top locations under consideration for new Apple factories. And a new recall of peanut butter over worries about salmonella. The maker of Jif is recalling several sizes of both its creamy and crunchy peanut butter after possible salmonella contamination was traced back to a plant in Kentucky. And the next time you call in an order for takeout at Applebee's, the person taking that order might not actually work at the restaurant. Right now, the casual dining chain is outsourcing orders at roughly half of its locations to call centers. Applebee's executives say this method provides a better customer experience since the person answering the phone isn't also waiting tables or preparing meals. By the end of 2022, Applebee's wants most of its locations on board with outsourcing their takeout calls. Well, coming up, the power of a hug, how it can help a woman cope with stress. Plus, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast right after this. Well, finally this afternoon, you might want to give a female in your life a hug. A new study suggests that women who are dealing with a lot of stress might get some relief by hugging their significant other or a loved one. Researchers say women who were embraced had lower production of the stress hormone cortisol compared to women who weren't held close, but men did not appear to get the same benefit from hugs. I think it makes sense. Chelsea, I'm giving you a hug mentally from across the studio.
A mental hug from the other side of the room.
I know. It must be tough coming back to work after such a lovely wedding extravaganza.
I know. I could use a good hug this morning.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not the same for men. That's interesting.
No, isn't it?
I feel like everybody can benefit from a good hug. Okay, weather-wise, we are feeling more like May outside today. Obviously, over the weekend, we had a little taste of summer, especially for our inland spots. Today, running 20 degrees cooler for our inland spots, with temperatures hovering in the low to mid at 70s, getting a bit brighter. The next few days, we stay more seasonable. The average high is 71. We'll hover around 70 degrees for the next few days. Overnight lows a bit cooler as well. Does look like more clouds roll in later in the week with some showers developing sometime Friday into Saturday, but temperatures also start to climb a bit into the weekend. Not 90s, but a little bit warmer into Memorial Day weekend. Doreen?
All right, Chels, thanks. We're on that cycle there, I guess. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4, and of course, for the latest anytime, you can always head over to our website. That's abc6.com. Have a great day.